Yo, what's going on guys? Rhys here from Modern Lifting, and in this video I'm going to walk you through our total body stretch. Let's get into it. Right guys, so stretching is very important, okay? You need to be able to get your muscles ready for movement and also use them for slightly prolonged periods of time to help build mobility and flexibility. All right, what we're gonna do with our warm-up is we're only gonna do these for 5 to 10 seconds. Any longer and we start to either overwork or switch off the muscles, which we don't wanna be doing. We wanna be preparing for exercise, not overworking them, okay? So what we're gonna do is start with our neck. We're gonna go backwards and forwards, single plane movements, as if we're nodding. Chin right into our chest, and then tip your head as far back as you can. We're going to do this 4 or 5 times. Then we're going to go right to left, looking over our right and then our left shoulder, and backwards and forward, back and forth. We're going to do this 4 or 5 times again, and then we're going to go shoulder to shoulder. So we're going to try and touch our ear to one shoulder and then go back to the other one. Single plane movements, okay? So you want to keep your head in a neutral position while you do this. All right, after that we're going to start rolling our shoulders back. Neutral position of our head. We don't want to be looking back while we do this or looking down at the ground. Roll your shoulders backwards 4 or 5 times, and then roll them forwards 4 or 5 times. Then we're going to keep our arms straight, keep our thumbs pointing up at the ceiling, and we're going to do big circles with our arms, keeping our arms straight. Here we're warming up our shoulders, so we don't want to be bending our arms or anything. We want to keep nice straight arms as we do it, okay? Up and over, 4 or 5 reps, and then we're going to come back the other way. So we're going to go round, backwards, over the top, and then straight down in front of us. Again, we're going to do this 4 or 5 times. All right, then the next one, we're going to cross over. So we're going to bring our hands crossed over in front of our bodies, and as we turn back and open up our chest, we're going to turn our palms up to the ceiling. Okay, we want to do this 4 or 5 times again, and then we're going to put our feet together. We're going to put our hands down by our side. We're going to go backwards with our arms, and then we're going to come up in front of us. We're going to stretch up towards the ceiling, up on our tiptoes, and then come back down with our hands behind us. We're going to do this 4 reps as well, 4 or 5 times. And then we're going to move on to our core and our back and our hips. What we're going to do is spread our legs nice and wide. We're going to do what I call a little teapot. So you're going to put your hand on your hip, other hand out to the side, and we're going to go straight over our shoulders, straight over our head, over to the opposite side. So if you're doing your left arm first, you're going to go over towards your right foot. You want to keep your chest up while you do this, and your right shoulder, or the shoulder, your opposite shoulder, tucked under your body. You don't want to be leaning to one side yet. We're going to eyes up on the ceiling when you do this. You're going to hold for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're going to turn your shoulders so you're looking in the direction that you're stretching, and you're going to stretch as far as you can, again for 5 to 10 seconds before going down to your foot and trying to reach down and touch your foot. Okay, then you're going to do the other side exactly the same. So little teapot, straight up over the top, and then we're going to hold this for 5 to 10 seconds. Turn your shoulders and stretch as far as you can, again for 5 to 10 seconds, and then down to your foot. All right. Then the next stage, we're going to work on our forward hinge. So what we're going to do is put our feet together, hands on your thighs, keep your legs straight. You're going to stick your bum out to bend your hips, and then slowly lean down towards the ground, keeping your back as flat as you can until you've reached your maximum, and then you'll start to collapse your spine to get your hands towards the ground. Okay, we're going to hold this for 5 to 10 seconds again before putting our hands up in front of us, arms straight, and we're going to squat with our feet together as low as we can. All right, we want to keep our feet flat while we do this, and we're going to try and get our bum right down to our heels. Okay, 5 to 10 seconds again, then hands on the floor, and we're going to try and straighten up our legs, bum right up in the air, keeping our hands flat on the ground. Okay, so we're attacking our hamstrings essentially from both sides this way. All right, 5 to 10 seconds, and then we're going to move on. Next thing is our shoulder mobility. We're going to be doing this in a downward dog. When we do our downward dog, we don't want to be stretching we don't want to be coming as close as we can. We want to be quite far out, quite long, so that we can get our head through our shoulders towards the ground. In this exercise, we're focusing on our shoulders, not our hamstrings, because we've already done them. So what we're doing is keep our hands nice and narrow and really work on extending our spine, flexing our thoracic spine especially, and lumbar, and trying to open up our shoulders as much as we can through the sagittal plane. All right, then what we're going to do from here is lean forwards, keep your arms straight, pop your hips on the ground next to your hands, and look up at the ceiling. This is going to stretch out your core. It's a cobra, it's called. And we're going to hold this again for another 5 to 10 seconds before going back into the downward dog. 5 to 10 seconds, and then back into the cobra. And then for fun, what we do from here is we try and jump from this cobra position with our hips on the ground We're gonna try and get our bum right up in the air, hinge at our hips and bring our feet through our hands so we land seated in a pike position. Okay, this isn't mandatory, it is quite difficult, but you will learn to do this quite quickly if you do this every time you do your training, and it's quite a fun little challenge that you can have in the middle of your stretching. All right, after this we're gonna do our wrists. All we do is get on our hands and knees, we're gonna turn our fingers out to the side, keep our hands quite close together, and then we're gonna rock left to right with our shoulders to get our wrists moving a little bit. We're gonna do this like 5 times. Flip our hands over so our fingers are pointing out but our palms are facing up. And then we're gonna do this again, rock left to right for another 5 to 10 times. Okay, then the last step is just to turn your palms back down, fingers towards your knees, and we're just gonna sit back onto our heels and really stretch out our flexors, which are the inside part of our forearms. All right, guys, that is it for this video. It's our total body stretch. Don't forget to give us a subscribe for more calisthenics videos every week. Give us a like, ask any questions or comments you have in the box below. And otherwise, guys, that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. As always, keep in touch with yourselves.